welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to a new tutorial. If today is your first time of stopping, you are highly welcome. So guys, today we are going to DIY an off-shoulder kaftan, cowl kaftan, and off-shoulder calf kaftan. As you can see, I've placed my material on the table. I folded it in two because the front and back is going to take the same measurement, so I folded it in two. So the measurement we are going to use now is from our center back to where we want it to be at our sleeve. So from our center back to where we want it to be at our sleeve is going to give us 28 inches. So from this folded edge, which is the starting point, we folded it in two. So we are going to measure our 28 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance, which is 29 inches. That is here. And there that we have 29 inches, we are going to come down by 2 inches as our shoulder slope. And from there, we are going to connect it to the starting point here. Do you see it? We've connected it. And being an off shoulder, we are going to use the full measurement of our shoulder measurement. So the shoulder measurement I'm working with is 15 inches. We are going to mark at 15 inches. Here is our 15 inches. So the remaining is going to be our sleeve. So we are going to do the depth of the opening on 6.5 inches. We want it to be 7. We are going to use 6.5 inches. Half inch is to join it to the band because it's going to have a band at the upper part of the kaftan we are making. So now we are going to connect it to the 15 inches, which is here. Do you see it, guys? We have connected it. So now, what's the length of the kaftan we are making? The length is 60 inches. So we are going to use the full length of the material that we have because we are working with 60 inches material. So we are going to take our full measurement, which is 60 inches. Do you see it? So here is our 60 inch. So here is the full measurement of the 60 inches. And we are going to also go down to the middle to measure our 60 inches also. Do you see it? We now measured our 60 inches. And now we are going to determine where we want the cowl to start forming. So we are going to start at the knee of our measurement. So from our shoulder to our knee is going to give us 33 inches. So that is where we want the cowl to start forming. So we are going to measure 33 inches, and here is our 33 inches. And we're also going to measure it here and make it into a straight line. 33 inches, do you see it? So make it into a straight line. That is where we want the cowl to start forming at our knee. We want it to start forming at our knee. And also on this side, we are going to determine the opening of our sleeve. And on this 9 inches, we are going to come in by 1 inch. Do you see it? We are going to come in by 1 inch. So from this 9 inches now, we are going to connect it to the 33 inches where we want the kaftan to start forming. Just connect it. Do you see it? Just take it in this form. Connect it to meet the 33 inches. Do you see it? So now we meet the 33 inches. And how wide we want it to be, we are going to determine it. So now, we are going to use our hip measurement. The hip measurement is 44. Divided by 2, you are going to have 11. Divided by 4, you are going to have 11. And here is our 11 inches. And to be a little bit free, we are going to add 5 inches to make it a little bit free. Do you see it? So we are going to connect there. Do you see it? We have connected it. And on the downside of it, we are going to also make use of our hip measurement, depending on how fitted you want it to be at the down. So we are going to measure 10 inches, 11 inches, our hip measurement by 4, and also add on the down part of it, we are going to measure 14 inches, taking away 1 inch from the hip area which we added. So do you see it now? So we are going to now come down. Do you see it, guys? So the next thing is just to cut it out. So this is our 6.5, which we are connecting to our 15 inches because we are making full use of our shoulder measurement. And remember, on this side we are going to leave ½ inch to close the two sides together. So when cutting it, remember your ½ inch seam allowance. Do you see it now? So we come out, then we'll now cut our sleeve. Do you see it, guys? So now, guys, this is our pattern. We have cut it out. Do you see it? So the next thing to do now is just to open it up in this form. Do you see it? To open it up to close the shoulder. Also close the shoulder. And from this 9 inches we came down, we're also going to close it up. After which we will now going to add our band. Now, guys, I have joined our panels together, the front and back. Do you see it? I have joined it together by closing the shoulder, also hemming the sleeve. Do you see it? The 1 inch that we came in will help us to hem it perfectly. Do you see it? And also the down part, I have also hemmed it. So now the next thing to do is to add our band. That is the shoulder band that we are going to use to get our shoulder measurement, the off shoulder measurement. Now the next thing to do is just to take any material of your choice, but the best material to take is an elastic material. So I have taken mine. I now use the color of the material, the black color. So now I'm going to measure out what I need. I'm going to use my round shoulder measurement, and the round shoulder measurement I'm working with is 41 inches. So I'm going to divide it into, I'm not going to cut it in a straight form. I'm going to divide it into, which is going to give me 20.5, and I'll add only ½ inch because it's an elastic material. So I'm going to cut out 21 inches. So as you can see, it is 21 inches, and the length is going to be 7 inches because I'm going to fold it in two, which is going to be 3.5. ½ inch is to join it to the material, while 3 inches is what we need. So now I cut it out in 2 pieces. Do you see it? The 2 pieces. Then I'm going to fold it in this form. Do you see it? I'm going to fold it in this form. So on this upper side, I'm going to come in by ½ inch. Here, this is my ½ inch. Then I'm going to join it at the edge so that it's going to be flat on our shoulder because our shoulder is not straight. So on this side, I'm going to also come in by ½ inch, and I'm going to slide it here. So I'm going to now cut it out. Now also do the same on this side. So I'm going to now place it on this material to also get the same measurements. That is, so I'm going to also cut it out also. And also do the same on this side. Do you see it? So now I'm going to close it up with ½ inch. I'm going to close it up, after which I will. Now guys, I've closed it up. Remember, the right side facing each other. That is the way to close it up. That's the right side, and that's the right side facing each other. Then use ½ inch to close it up. So the next thing to do now is to take our panel. You can use your thread and needle to run on the neck, or you can use the longest stitch in your machine to run on the neck. I use the longest stitch to run on the neck. Remember, it's 15 inches, so it's wider than the normal shoulder measurement, the way we cut it in two. So now to run it, after running it, then you start now dragging it to form your measurement, the round shoulder measurement you are using. So I'm going to drag it now to form the complete round measurement that is going to fit on this. Remember, after sewing it, you now fold it in two. You turn it the right side, and you now fold it in two. Do you see it? You fold it in two in this form. Do you see it now? This is the way to fix it to the material. So I'm going to gather this neckline to come up to this size. Then now guys, I have gathered the neck. Do you see it? So the next thing to do is just to take our band. Remember, you joined the two sides. So you now fold it in two. Do you see it now? You fold it in two. Do Do you see the way I folded it in two? Do you see it? So you take the right side. Remember, this is the wrong side now. I turn the wrong side. Then you take this edge and you place it on the shoulder that also you joined. Do you see it? You now use your pin. Remember, this is the band is the right side, facing also the right side of the material. So you pin it with your pin on this shoulder side, and you take this other end where you joined it together. Do you see it? And you also place it on this side of the shoulder. So I'm going to now arrange it to be of equal size, to be good looking. So now guys, I've controlled the gathering with the band. Do you see it? And I've pinned it with my pin. Do you see how it is? So I've pinned it, I've gathered it. So the next thing now is to sew it together, to sew the band and the cloth together. Then I'll put it on the mannequin for us to see the final look. Now guys, this is the final look of our kaftan we have just DIY. Do you see how beautiful it is? You can equally beautify it with some beads. Do you see it? So lovely, so unique. Do you see it? So lovely. So if this tutorial has been helpful, just like, share and comment on my videos. And if you have not subscribed, consider subscribing. Love you guys and see you in my next video. For now, bye.